Newsflash begins with major aviation unions in the country protesting against the decision of the federal government to concession the Murtala International Airport, Lagos, and the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. Hundreds of workers took to the inner roads of the Lagos airports in a peaceful work to express their grievance. The General Secretary of the National Union of Air Transport Employees said the proposed concession of the airport is fraudulent and the unions would resist.
Virtually all companies, all public utilities that has been either concession or privatized has been done in favor of their friends. And coming to Murtala Mohammed Airport, Abuja, Kano and Port Harcourt most likely will not be different. What we have seen, the quantum of evidence available to us is that there is a humongous fraud in this process. You know, it was at the 11th hour that the unions were asked to be brought into the matter. Our thinking originally was that labor, workers, will be the first point of call of any proactive, responsive minister.
We are saying no to the concession because we don't know what is left again. Is it the staff that they want to concession? That's the manpower. Because virtually everything in our airport is concession out. We have been blessed with vast land in Nigeria. You can give any concessionaire a green area. He can build his structure and compete with the ones that are already standing. Because if you remove anyone out of these airports that are in the Nigerian system to give out for concession, the equilibrium will not be the same again. And then the salaries cannot be paid.
Now to the foreign scene. Following Irish low-cost carrier plans to cope with pilot shortages by cancelling thousands of flights, Ryanair is expected to comply with European Union passenger rights, including possible reimbursement and compensation, over its plans to cancel between 40 and 50 flights per day until the end of October. On the EU rules, airlines operating flights within the bloc that cancel flights have to offer passengers a choice of reimbursement, rerouting to the final destination, or a change of flight to a later date.
There are rules in place, so we have to check if all these are respected by Ryanair. For instance, you have right to a reimbursement if you're not warned 2 weeks in advance, 14 days prior to the scheduled departure date, or before 1 week you have to have been offered a rerouting which is of a flight which doesn't arrive more than 2 hours after the one you schedule.
Ryan passengers arriving back at London's Stansted Airport spoke of their flight cancellation frustrations.
It's not fair for the people that have booked already their holidays, their planes, everything to be cancelled like this. It's not properly that, right?
It's a complete cock-up. That's how you can describe it. Quite why they've done it, I've got no idea.
Ryanair has admitted it had messed up after the Irish budget airline disrupted the plans of hundreds of thousands of passengers by cancelling flights to cope with pilot shortages and improve its punctuality record. China's homegrown large passenger plane C919 has received 130 new orders, with the total numbers rising to 730. The Shanghai-based manufacturer of the aircraft, the Commercial Aircraft Corporation of China, signed the new purchasing orders, 70 firm and 60 intent, with 4 air-lease companies at the ongoing 17th Aviation Expo China in Beijing. So far, a total of 27 foreign and domestic customers have placed orders for the aircraft. With a passenger capacity of 168 and a maximum range of 5,500 kilometers, the aircraft completed its maiden flight on May the 5th, making China the 4th jumbo jet producer after the United States, Western Europe and Russia.
An airport is an aerodrome with facilities for flights to take off and land. Airports often have facilities to store and maintain aircraft and a control tower. An airport consists of a landing area, which comprises an aerially accessible open space, including at least one operationally active, called a runway. Nigeria has 22 airports operated, which include the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, and the Port Harcourt International Airport in Rivers State, among 3 others. Just recently, the MMIA in Lagos scaled the certification hurdle. The Aerodrome Certification Project, according to ICAO, Annex 14, requires that states certify aerodromes used for international operations through an appropriate regulatory framework. As part of the certification process, an aerodrome manual has been developed to provide pertinent information on the aerodrome. The Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, FAN, says safety is now the driving force.
I'm going to work very hard, I'm going to do my best to ensure compliance and to ensure sustenance. This certificate will not be withdrawn or suspended. We're going to try as much as possible to close all our remaining CAPs. We've started that. We're going to make sure that all our programs, maintenance programs, training programs are carried out as when due. We're going to make Nigeria proud. We're going to make sure that Murtala Mohammed Airport becomes a reference point in Nigeria, in Africa, and the whole world.
The AFI plan was adopted by the 36th ICAO Assembly to address the safety status of aircraft operations in the AFI region. This plan is meant to address 3 focal areas, which are to establish and maintain a sustainable oversight system in the area of infrastructure and capacity building, assist states to resolve identified deficiencies within reasonable time, and to enhance aviation safety culture of African aviation service providers.
This is our curtain call on this edition. Thanks for being there. I'm Bukola Joe Oketumbi.